Once again, you are welcome to my YouTube tutorial channel, and in today's video we'll be talking about financial loan analysis, and I will be teaching you how to build this wonderful Astonic dashboard from the scratch to the end. This is a project end to end that will help you and enhance your project in data analysis using Power BI. As you can see, we are dealing with a financial loan data, and these are the information we need to get about the customer. So let's kickstart our journey as we take our ride together. As for me, I've already opened a blank Power BI already, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on a blank report. From this blank report, I'm going to get my data, and we are going to upload the data, and we start to work on those data. First of all, we start by cleaning this data before we move down to the next level. Then where do we clean the data? We clean the data in the Power Query. So I will go to get data from another source. I'm going to click this, and I'm going to wait for it to open. Then after that it has opened, then I will go to all files. I can as well get everything I need from here. Then I just want to show you something. I will go to all file. From all file, I'm going to take test CSV. So we are going to see if our data is in test or is in CSV. So I'm going to click on it, and from there I'm going to download folder. That is where I download my data, and I will go to the financial data. I will go to the financial data, and I'm going to click open, and I will wait for it to connect. Then after that, we will look at what's next for us to do. Then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to transform our data. This is the data we actually have. I'm going to scroll to the right for you to see everything about this data, and I'm going to scroll back to the left, and we see that we have the actual data that we need. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to load this data, I'm going to transform this data, because we have some things to do. Even though we don't have anything to clean from the data, I think it's always advisable for you to transform your data before loading the data to the data model where you are going to visualize your data. So now I'm going to click on transform, and I'm going to transform this data. Then from the transform, it will take us to the Power Query editor. Here we are in the Power Query editor. So from the Power Query editor, we look at our data once again. We are going to, first of all, I'll also scroll to the right. I will scroll to the right to see and to be sure if everything is correct. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I will go to view, and I will go to column quality. I just want to see the column quality. I will check this. Then I will start from the right, and I will see I have 100% valid data, 100% valid data. Then I will scroll to the middle to check as well. Then I will scroll to the left hand side to be sure I have 100% data. And you can see there is a place here we have 97% valid, and even without you clicking the column quality, from the top you could see we have a little mark here. The mark here shows that we have something wrong with our data. But for me, I just want to see how valid the data is. Is it 100%? Is it 90 something? Is it 60? Is it 50? I just want to see the percentage of the quality of the data, the percentage of the valid data we have, and the percentage of the error data, and the percentage of the empty data that we have. So for now, everything is good. We don't have anything to do about this. Nothing to do about it. Then the next thing that we always advise you to check is check the data type. We go to transform, and from the transform, detect data type. We want to see we have total payment, which is O number. That is good. We have our total account, which is also an O number. We have our loan amount, O number as well. So this is perfectly good for us. So we don't have anything to bother about the data type. Then let's go for the date. We want to check the date if everything about the date is actually correct. Also, we have 3 date, issue date, last credit pull date, then we have last payment date, then we have next payment date. Everything is in the date format, so we don't have any problem about that. Then we go back to our home. Then from the home, we are going to click close and apply. Then we come back to the data model that we are going to use. Now from there, we wait for it to load. That is the next thing we are waiting for. As we can see, our data is actually loading. So we just have to wait for some seconds, and before then, probably everything is already done. So we wait for some few seconds more, probably like 5 to 6 seconds. So the data is fully loaded. So since our data is fully loaded, now we can see, probably let's come to our financial data. We can see that everything is fully loaded. And since everything is fully loaded, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to name our dashboard. As you can see, we have not given our dashboard a name. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to name our dashboard. And what name should we give to our dashboard? I think we are going to give the name financial loan dashboard, or we give it financial loan report. That will be also sound interesting. Let's go to file, and let's go to save as. And from the save as, let's browse device and where we want our data to be saved. As for me, I'm going to save it in the download folder, and I'm going to make it financial loan report. So that is the name I'm going to use, because already I've done financial dashboard. So I'll make it financial loan report, financial loan reports. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to save. Already I have that save. Documents to save. Unable to save document. Face this. No problem. I will go back again, and I will go to save as, and I will go to browse, and I will go to document this time around, and I'm going to save it in documents. And I'm going to use, as usual, the same name. I'm not going to change the name. I will leave the name as financial data, financial data, reports. Financial data reports. I'm going to save in document. Let me see if it's going to save this time around. So we don't have problem in this aspect. Then I will come down here. I'm going to name it as reports, or probably I name it as dashboard. I name it as dashboard. And I'm going to, is everything correct? Dashboard. And I will click enter. After that has been done, the next thing I'm going to do is already we're given our blank dashboard. Let me call that name a name. Then I will go to enter data, because we have to create some mails, and that is where we are going to store our mail. I don't want it to be among the data here, and I'm going to name it just as mail. That is the name, just as mail. That is the name I'm going to give to it. Then I'm going to save. Probably let me change this to a capital letter. And then I'm going to load. That is already done. So we have that done already, and we're waiting for it to load. Since everything is loaded, then we come down here. You can see we have our mail here. Then we are going to create our KPIs, and we have about 6 KPIs to 7 KPIs to create. And the first KPI that we are going to create our total payment. We want to see the total payment, so we you come down here and you look for the 3 dots. Just look for the 3 dots. The 3 dots in the mail. So just click on it and go to new, not a new column, go to new mail. And from the new mail, we are going to create our data on our mail. So, and one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom it out for you to see. And we are going to make it equal to the sum, because we actually need the sum of the total payment. And we are going to click on this, and then the total payment, we need our financial loan total payment. So let's actually see it from there. So I'm going to sum again. I'm going to total payment. Let's look for the total payment from here. Total payment. This is the total payment. And I'm going to close. And I'm going to close the parentheses. And I will click. And I'm going to close the parentheses. And I'm going to click enter. So you can see we have our total payment already, and this is our total payment. And the next thing we are going to create, we want to see the total loan amount. Already we've done our total payment. This next thing is total loan amount. We can just copy this, or we'll go back to the mail here and we'll create the 3 dots, new mail. And from the new mail also, let's wait for it to open. So we name it total loan amount. And we have our total loan amount, and that is the name. And we are going to also have the sum. We need the sum of the total loan amount. Let's look for the total loan amount here. This is the total payment, total loan amount. We have our total loan amount here. Don't forget also we closed. Then we click enter. That is the second one that we are going to create. And we move straight to the third one. The third one is we are going to create the total application. We want to see the number of applications that was submitted, the number of applications that the customer actually probably bought, if they have to pay for it, or probably taken from the bank or from the financial institution. So we have here, we are going to have total application. This is the total application here. And we have the total application equal to. So we are going to be using our application number, I think something. So we are going to be using our application number to get the total application. Financial loan ID, which is the application number. So we look for the financial loan ID. So we are going to use here, we are going to use distinct count. So distinct count, that is what we are going to use, because we might have, some people might have two applications, so it's possible. So that is why we are going to use something that we call distinct count. So, and we are going to have the financial ID. Let's look for the financial loan ID. This will help us to know the exact number of application that was out. Financial member ID, financial data member ID, financial loan ID, financial loan ID. We'll look for the financial loan ID. Let me just look for the loan ID. Probably I'll look for the loan. This is a loan status. Let me look for the ID. So we get a financial data ID, financial data member ID. This is the ID we're actually going to use. So we have our, what is financial data ID? Sorry, our financial data ID. So we're having this, and we closed, and we click enter. So we have the third one, and we're going for the fourth one. And the fourth one is going to give us the average interest rate. So we need the average interest rate, and we create another measure here. Another measure, then we are going to wait for it to go to new measure. And we'll wait for it to open. And we're going to have our average interest rate, or we'll just have it as interest rate. Interest. We have our interest rates are equal to, then we use average. That is the formula we are going to use, and in that average we need our interest rate. Let's look for the interest rate here. Then we go to the interest rate, then we close as well, then we click enter. Then the next thing is we go to our average GTI, and that will be the next thing. And let's see what we actually have there. Is this already? We are still waiting. I think I've entered it. Let's see. Then we wait for the last one. After that, we have 2 more to create. Then we are done with the creating the mail. I think we are done with that already. We have our interest rates. Then we go to another mail. I will create a new. Then we want to see the average. And this average, we are just going to use the TT. That's just what we are going to do. We don't have to put average. So we have it as simple as the DTT. So we have it like that. And we forgotten to put percentage in what we did. So we have our D, our DTI, and our DTI is going to, we're going to have equal to, then we'll go look for our DTI, and we're going to make it the average as well. Go to, we are using average, and from the average we look for the financial DTI, and we closed as well, and we click OK. So we have just 2 to go. And don't forget, we have our financial status, and in the financial status we just want to see which one are the good and which one are the bad. So for us to do that, we go back to our table view. That is what we are going to use, and in our table view we go to we go to our financial data, and from our financial data we are going to create a new column because we actually need a new column to do that. And what we are going to do in our new column, let's click on this, our financial data. We have this, our financial data opened, and we look for the financial status. For the loan status. So we can see the loan status. We see paid, fully paid, fully paid, fully paid, fully paid, fully paid. And let's scroll down. We still have to, we can see we have charge off, fully paid, charge off, and we are going to see the current. So we want to combine this current and the fully paid to be a good loan. So that is what we want to do, and we are going to use the charge off to be a bad loan. So we come to new column here. We are going to click on the new column, and from the new column we just wait for it to open because we need another additional column to get this. So from the new column, and we are going to name it good versus bad loan. So we have it as good versus bad loan versus bad loan. So we have it like this, good versus bad loan, and we make it equal to, and what we are going to use, we are going to use if and or. We can also use if and had, but we are using if and or. If or, these are the 2 things we are going to combine. The first thing is we are going to use if financial loan. Let's just use financial and our loan status. So that's what we are trying to tell our Power BI, that look, if or if this financial loan, which is our loan status, if our loan status equal to, don't forget we are going to use double quotes. Sorry. If our loan status is equal to fully paid. If it is fully paid, or if our loan, or if our financial loan status, let's look for the financial loan status once again, or if our financial loan status equal to current. Equal to current. Don't forget the double quotes, and equal to current. So we are going to close this. That is what we want it to be. Either if our loan status is equal to fully paid, or our loan status equal to current, then what do we want? We want it to be good. We want it to be what? Good loan. We want it to be good loan. So that is what we want from it. We want it to be good loan, so don't forget there. Then we click and we will put our comment on it. Then otherwise, if it is not, then make it bad. And if it is not none of those, then the next thing we want is bad loan. Bad loan. That is all. Then we close it back. I hope we understand this now. We are trying to say if, this is the first one, if our loan status is equal to fully paid, or our loan status is equal to current, make it good. These two have to be correct. If this is correct or this is correct, either of the two, make it good. Make it a good loan. Otherwise, make it a bad loan. So we are going to click enter. So we have it as enter. And let's wait for it to see what we actually have. We have good loan, we have bad loan, we have good loan, we have bad loan. If we can see, fully paid is a good loan. Fully paid is a good loan as well. We'll scroll down, and let's scroll down to, if we can see any other one, charge off, we can see as bad loan. Charge off, we see the charge off as bad loan. Then let's see the current. We can see the current as good loan. So you see, we have everything we need. So we just have to go back to our report view. Then from the report view, we are going to create another mayor. Please let's have our work save. We have our work save. Then we go back to our mayor, and from there we are going to create a bad loan. We want to see the good one, and we want to also see the bad loan. So that is why we have to create this, because we won't be able to do that from already we don't, because we don't have the table. So we have to create the table, another column to do that. So that's why we have to create an extra column to have that done. New mayor. Then we go to wait, and we are going to create good loan, and also we are going to create a bad loan, and we are done with creating the mayor. So the next thing is we just start visualizing our data. So we have good loan, and our good loan equal to, we're going to use calculate. We are going to use calculate. What are we calculating? We are calculating the total payment. We are calculating the total payment. This is the total payment, and we are going to have it as the loan status. Let's have our loan status here, because what we just want to see among this total payment, we just want to see the good one from them. So we want to extract the good one exactly from this. In this total payment, we want the good one out of them, and that is why we are going to make it when it's equal to good loan. Because already, remember, we've done that. We've created a column there, so we have a good loan. Then we close it back. That is what we are going to do. So what we are saying is this: already we have a total payment. People that pays along the line, some people were charged off, some people were fully paid, and some people were still paying, which is current. We want to see among this payment, we want to see the good one out of it. So that is what we are just doing, as simple as that. So we have that. So we are just going to have this copied. Nothing more, we're going to copy this. And when we copy this, we go back to our mayor and we are going to create a new one. And we'll wait for it to open. Then we just paste this that we've created before. I hope we have this created. Then we are just going to make it a bad loan. We have nothing more to do. Just a bad loan. Then we'll come here and we'll make it bad loan. And we're going to click enter. Let me just put a space bit here. Then we'll click enter. Please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe to this channel and click the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. So we are done with creating everything about the mayor. So the next thing we are going to do, we come to the column here, and from the column we are going to delete it from them because we don't need it. Delete from model. Then we click delete. Then column 1, yes, delete. We don't actually need it, so we have to delete it. Then we have our mayor here. We have 7, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Already we have it perfectly done. And the next thing we are going to do is we started to, and let's put it in a card. First of all, we have to pick this card. And from this card, we are going to design one. And from there, we are going to copy it and use it for the rest. Instead of us starting it from the beginning. So this will save our time and also save us from any stress. So we come back to total payment. We make the total payment here. And we have our total payment to be 43 million. We are going to make it. This is our total payment, 43 million. And the next thing we want us to do is probably we shouldn't actually. Let's put currency. We go to here. Or we have to do it from here. Okay, it's good. Then we are going to use this. So we have it as this. And let's wait for it. We have to let wait, and we have to expand it a bit. Then the next thing is we are going to format. Come to this 3 dots here and click and go to format. Then from the format we go to size and style. We don't want the background, so let's remove the background. And also we need a visual border. We are going to use it, and also we need a shadow, and we are going to make the visual border something like 20% darker. Should we make it 20% darker? Oh yeah, we are going to make 20% darker. We are going to use our visual border, and we are going to make the visual border a custom, and we have a custom visual border, and we are going to reduce the value to, so we come to the callout value. From the callout value we are going to actually use this area black, and we are going to make it 20, and then we are having 20 code. And the next thing we are going to do is we should change it to white, but for now we are going to do it later. And the next thing is we close this. Then we come to our colored label. This is the colored label. We actually don't need a colored label. Then we are going to our title. Can we find our title here? We have our title, and let's make it total payment because we want the title to be at the top. Total payment. Exactly. Then we have to center it. We have it as total payment. We have to center it. That is the only thing we have to do about the title. Then after that, for the title, we have to check. We are using 14. Let's make it 13, and that is good. What should we have more? Let me click out and let's see. I just have to adjust it a bit. We are done with everything that we need here. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it like 6 times. I'm going to copy. Then the next thing is I'm going to continue to paste. I need about 6, so that is what I'm going to actually do. Then I'll be picking it. If it is more than, don't worry, we remove it. This is the first one we need. And we begin to arrange it. We remove. Let's put this here. So we have this. And we have this to be here. This 6, 5. And we need 7 of them. So we are going to reduce this a bit, and let's bring it down here. We bring this closer, and we reduce this a bit also, and we bring it down a bit closer as well. Then we bring this down. I'll bring it a bit closer as well. I think we have it perfectly set. Then we bring this down very close to it, and we reduce it a bit as well. Let's reduce it a bit. We reduce it a bit. Then we bring this down. This is somehow. Then we bring this actually down closer. And we'll reduce it a bit, and we have it closer. Then we move this here, and we'll reduce it a bit to be of the same. And we move this, being the last one. The space here is about a bit too. So we have this, and we have this to be. Oh, we have to. And we have this to be up. And let me see if everything is perfectly done. So we are done with that already. I think we have some too long, some too big. So just have to and we have some. The next thing is we are going to save. Let's save this work. Then we start with our mail. Sorry, our chat now. Already we are done with that, so we can close this. Unable to save to document. And over that reporting is already open in Power BI desktop. Financial report. What next am I going to do is never bother. Let's continue our work. How we receive it. That wouldn't be a problem. Then we are going to visualize our data. We need the application by purpose. This is the first thing that we need. We want to see people that really apply for loan, the purpose of applying for their loan. You know, when they fill a form, they're going to put it there. This is why we apply. This is why we apply. This is where we apply. So we want to see the purpose. Let's collapse this. Then we are going to pick our stack bar chart. And we bring our stack bar chart here. And we are going to draw it down a bit like this. And we are going to also draw it down a bit. We might move this forward up a bit because we actually have to. We are going to need as many charts as possible, so it's better we do everything now so that we don't have to start arranging them again after we are done. So we move this also here, then we move this also here, then we move this also here as well. So that is what we are going to do. We are done with that, so we can just try to move this up a bit and leave it somewhere around there. And we are going to look for our total application. Then we are going to look for the purpose. So we go to our total application, we click on it. Then we look for the purpose. This is the purpose. Then we click the purpose. So we have exactly what we actually need. Then the next thing we are going to do is we go to the format is already opened, and we are going to size. We don't need the background, but we need the visual border, and we are going to make it not black but 20% darker, and we are going to use our shadow, and we are going to make it a custom shadow. And we go to the next thing is we go to the X and the Y axis. Let's go to the Y axis. This is the Y axis and this is the X axis. So for the Y, let me just try to expand this. Let me see. So we have the title and the value. We have the title and the value. In the Y axis, we need the value. This is the value, but we don't need the title. So I'm going to remove the title. Then we move to the X axis, and for the X axis we don't need both the value and the title. We actually don't need them because we are going to use a data label. The grid is already off, so we don't have to bother ourselves about it. We are going to put a data label, and for the data label we are going to make it outside here. You can see position, not auto. We want it outside hand, everything to be outside. Exactly, that is what we want to achieve. We leave it again. Then we go to bar. The bar, we're actually going to change all the color. Let's go to the bar. This is the bar. We are going to use the same color that we use here. You can see we have this color here. So that is what we actually want to use. So we go back and we are going to use that color, and which is going to be this, something darker. I think we use the second one, which is this. So we have this already done. Then we'll go back to our title and we are going to make it application by purpose. Title, we are going to remove total. from it, application by purpose, and we are going to center it. We don't have much to do anymore from there. I've centered it, then let's click out and let's see. Everything is perfectly done. Then we move to the second one, and the second one is going to be the loan status. The loan status, and from the loan status, remember we created a column. That is what we are going to use. So we go to, and we are going to use donor charts. To achieve this, we are picking the donor chart, and we are putting the donor chart behind it here. We can as well. We are still going to draw this down. That wouldn't be a problem. Then we go to our new column. Remember we created an extra column, good versus bad. We are picking it. We are picking the good versus bad. Then we go to our total payment for us to see which of those people are actually paying the right good. And the reason why I didn't bother to create the percentage is because we are going to have the percentage right here. We are going to have the percentage right here, so that is why. Then we go to, we don't want the background. Remember that. Then we need the visual border. Remember that. And we are going to make it 20% darker. That is what we want. Then we go to our visual border, and we are going to put it on. Don't forget, we are also going to make it a custom visual border, and we don't actually need the legend. Let's actually remove it, or I'm going to leave the legend there. Let me actually leave the legend. We will need it for us to see. Let me scroll down. I'm going to remove the title of the legend. This is the title. I'm going to remove the title, which is good versus bad. No. So I'm just going to have this as good and the bad one. So straight up, straight down a bit. Or otherwise, I can remove the status. Let me remove the legend. And let me go to data label, and let me make it all detail. All detail will give us the category, will give us the amount, and will give us the percentage. That is actually what we should use. So we have this here, and let's move it a bit outside, not to touch the wall. Not to actually really touch the wall. That is done, and we are fine by that. The next thing we should forget to do is the title. Let's go back and adjust our title. Where is the title? Let's go back to our title. We have our title here. It's going to be just a loan status. So we are not going to have either good or bad. The loan. Exactly. Then we have going to center it. We are done with this. The next thing is we move to, and we also have to make sure we expand this a bit to be of the same size with it. Then we go to another one. We want to create our DTT, and we want to create our interest rate, and we want to create our loan application. And we are going to use, first of all, let me click out so that it will not replace it. I'm going to use the cluster bar chart here. Then I'm going to make it closer here. Make it closer here. And what am I going to use? I'm going to use the average, which is the DTT and the loan status. That is the two things we are going to use. So let's go to our loan status. Then we go to our loan status here. Let's look for the loan status. We have our loan status and we are picking it. Then after that, the next thing we are going to pick is our identity. Let's come back here and pick it. Then we have it already. We have current fully paid. We are going to first of all, let's sort it. Let's sort it to ascending and let's see. We are still waiting. Fully paid. Then we go to, we don't want the background. Then we have our visual border and we're making it 20%. And we go to our shadow and we're going to make it custom. And we go to the X and the Y axis, the title first. Let's just make it the DTT by loan status. Let's just leave it like that. Let's make it centered. And we go to the X and the Y axis. The X and the Y axis. Where's the X and the Y axis? The X axis first. We don't need both the value. We don't need it. And the Y axis, we don't need the title. So we look for the Y axis and we remove the title from the Y axis. So this is the Y axis. We come to the value, we remove the title because we're actually going to put a data label. And let's go to our data label and we are going to switch it on. 0.3. Actually, we didn't put it in percentage. So let's go back. Let's go back to our DDT and let's turn this to percentage. And let's wait for it. Then we go back. We are waiting for it to finish. We actually want everything outside. Then let's go to position. We want not in auto, we want it outside hand. Exactly what we want. Then what is the next thing we are going to do? We want to change the color. Let's go to bar. This is the color. I think this is the color that we use. Let me actually go back again. And let me see which of those colors we actually use. Probably a mixture of this. A mixture of this. Was it this or the darker one? Probably we're picking this. Actually, this. We have this already. Then the next thing we are going to do, we need our interest rate. We want to create our interest rate, and creating our interest rate, we are going to use the same, which is our cluster bar chart. And to do that, what we just have to do here, we don't have too much, just copy. Let's copy this and let's paste. Then we have this here. Then the only thing we are going to do is we are going to use our, let's remove DTT, and we are going to use our interest rate. Then let's go back and let's change it to percentage because we forgot to do that. And let's add percentage to it. Just wait a bit for it to be fully done. So we have it already. We want to sort it. We want to have it from fully paid first. Then let's sort. Go to sort axis. We have it as descending, but we want to have it as ascending. Fully paid. Then we go back to the title, just the interest rate. Where's the title? That's the only thing we are going to. The title, we have the interest rate. Then we are going to make it centered. Then we are going to change the color. Let's go to the bar. And let's have the color as this. Then we're still going to copy it the last time. Let's copy it one more time. And let's paste down here. So let's move this up a bit. And we have this. And for this to be more useful, we draw this down a bit so that this can actually come down a bit as well. And we don't want to actually reduce the size. I'm just going to change it to total application and the loan status. So we just have our total application here. Let's change it to total application. And we are going to change it to loan application. Let's go to the title. We have loan application. We have the loan application, and we are going to change. We are going to change the color. So we go to bar, and we're going to make the color something of this data. Let me see. We are going to make it. Let me see, we use this. Why about using this? I just want something with this, so definitely we are going to use the first one that we used. So we're having this, and we clicked out already. Then the next one we are going to have, we can see all these ones are. So let's make it align. Let's make it align. Then we are going to have our total payment. Our total payment. And we are going to also use the same. We can actually just pick this and let's copy this and let's paste. And we bring it down up here. And we have it here. What are we going to change from here? We just have to change just the total payment. We just want to see the total payment instead of using the application, we use the total payment. And for the total payment, we are having billion and we want to change it to million. Let's come back to our value. Let's go to the value. Before we change data value, we are having, let's go to the value. We are having our display unit as auto. We just want it only in millions. So that is the only thing we have to do. And we are going to change it to total loan amount. Let's go to the title and change it to the loan amount. This is total, this loan application, then we just change it to loan amount. We have that loan amount. This is the loan amount. Because let's see, total payment, total payment, total payment, total payment, total payment, total payment, total payment. Oh my goodness. So let's come back here. And let's change this to total loan. We're having this as total loan. Then we come back to, let's click out. Then let's come back to this. We are removing this and we're having the bad loan. We're having the bad loan. Then before we're having the good loan first. Let's go for the good loan. The good loan is saying blank. Let's see, this is actually showing us blank. Do you know why it's showing us blank? We shouldn't use this. What we should use is our good versus bad. So let's come back here and let's make it the good versus bad loan. And let me click enter and let me see. If we are going to have we just want to wait a bit. And let's see if everything actually work this time around. Everything actually work. Everything actually work. So because the total payment is 436 and the good loan is 436, that should be the same thing. So we go to this as a bad. We are still going to have the bad loan. We are still going to, let me remove this and let me have the bad loan. We are still going to have a blank, don't worry. We just change it to good versus bad. Then we click enter. And let's see what we're going to have. We have 37 million because when you had, oh my God, this shouldn't be a total payment. Let me come back here. I'm just changing it without changing the title. This shouldn't be a total payment. This should be total loan. This is total loan. Remember, they have to pay with interest. So this is the good loan. The third one should be a good loan. And the fourth one should be bad loan. and we have this, because when you add this and this together will give you this, and this is the total payments, this is the total loan, and this is the total payment, as you can see. And we have a good loan to be this, and this should be actually be the total. The next thing is we have our this, and which is going to be the total application. So let's remove this and let's put our total application. Then we have our total application as 39,000 application, and let me just name it total application. Let me go to the title, just name it the total application. Total application, we have it as total application, and then that is all. Let me click out and let me see. Then the next thing is going to be the DTI. The DTI, then we go to, we have our DTI 33%, 13.33%, that's good. Then we come back to this. Oh, let me make this the title, DTI. Then we come to the last one of the KPI, and we are going to make it the interest rate. So let's come back here and let's have our interest rate, 12.5%, just interest rate, we have our interest rate, and we are done with that. So I remember to put the names now. I almost forgot doing that. Then the next thing we are going to do here is we have our total payment. This is loan amount. We have our total payment here. Fully paid 412. Charge. Current is 24 million. So that is why when we add this to this, that is why we are having a good loan of 36 million. A good loan of 36 million. When we add this to this, we're having a good loan of 36 million. So we're going to change to the total payment. I think that's what we use. This is going to be our total payment, or we'll just make it a payment loan payment status. That's what we are having. So we are done with that. And the next thing we are going to do is we want the application by employment length. So we have to go to use our this we show, so we can just copy this. We copy this and we are going to paste, and let's bring this down here. And before then, let me change the color of this, and I'm going to bar. Let me go to the color of the bar, and I'm going to use this. I want it to align with this, so I'm going to use, let me see if this will actually work fine. I think we have them the same, so we'll leave that there. Then we come back to this, and we want to see our total application by the employment length. So we remove, so we have our total application already by employment length. So let's look for the employment length here, and let's just add the employment length to it. then we are good to go. This is the employment length. So we have it. So we are having our total application by employment length. So we have it correctly done. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the title, and the title is going to be by application by employment length. Application by employment underscore length. So that is going to be the tish, and I'm going to is already centered, so we are done with that. Then the only thing I have to do here is I have to change the color. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to make the color this. I'm going to make the color this. So we have this already. We click out. So we just have 2 more shots to go, and then we have 3 more shots to go, and we are going to make this. So we have this to be this, and we have to make this closer here. Let's make it closer, and let's draw it down a bit, and let's draw this out a bit as well. Then we have 3 more shots, and which is going to be the duration of the loan. So that is what we have to analyze now. We want to see the duration of the loan, which is going to be the total application by 10. And we're going to use our pass shot. Have I clicked out? Yes, I already clicked out. And we have this, has this. So let's just have this here, and we'll make it a bit longer. And I'm going to have the total application because we need the duration. So doing that, I have to get a total application, and I'm having the total application as this. Then the next thing I'm going to get is I'm going to get the term. And let me just throw down and have the term here. And everything is perfectly done. Now I go to titled, and I'm going to make a duration of loan term. Just make it duration of loan term, and let me just change the term to capital letter, and I'm going to center it. And the next thing I'm going to do is we go to let's go to the legend, and we are going to remove everything about the legend. We actually don't need it. Then we are going to use just the label, and let's go to detail, label detail. Let's go to the value and the percentage. Let's go back. Have we removed? Let's go to the style and title. No background, please. Let's switch off the background. The visual border is on, and we are going to make it 20% darker, and we are going to make our shadow, and we're going to make it a custom shadow. And the next thing is we go to the value. So we look for the value. This is detail label. So let's go to the detail label. Detail label is on. We just need the category and percentage of total. Let me see. 60 months, 36 month duration. That is what we just have to do here. Or probably we go to detail, whole detail. Let's say whole detail, all detail is actually good. We have it as all detail, and we're picking the all detail. So the next thing is we'll adjust this a bit, and we go to our heat map. And we're going to use our heat map, and for that, let me pick the tree map first, and I'm going to make the tree map here. And for the tree map, we need our application, and we need the home owner. So we have this, and let's go to the total application, and let's go to the home owner, home ownership. Then we are having this. Let me first of all remove the background. Remove the background, and let me add a visual border, and let me make it 20% darker, and let me go to the shadow, and let me make it custom, and let me go to data label. Before then, titled, I'm going to just loan application by home ownership, by home ownership. Let me just come back here and change this to a bigger one, a bigger one as well, and let me come back here, total loan application, and I'm going to center it. Then I'll move down straight to data label, and I'm going to add the data label. So that's what I'm going to do there. It's in here. And probably we shouldn't make it 8,000. Let me see. Let's make it none, so that all the figure will be out. And that is actually good. And let me go back here. Total application, and for it to be more easier to read, let me put a comma, and let's see if I'm going to get what I needed here. Then we have one more shot to go. Just wait, say simple. A few minutes more, and let's see. Then the next thing is we are going to we have it. Everything is perfectly done. Then what next? Then we go to application by month, and we are going to use a line chart to achieve that. Application by month, and application by month, we are using our total application, and we are going to use our issue date, and from the issue date we are going to pick our month. So we pick our line chart here. Always make sure you click out of this. And once again, please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe to this wonderful channel. Please subscribe. Then we are going to move this up, and we are going to use our, let me see, our total application. We have our total application here, and we have our issue date, and from the issue date we are going to pick the month. That's just what we need. So where's the issue date? Let's look for the issue date. This is our financial data. This is our next payment date. This is the last payment date. This is the next payment. This is the issue date. Then we have date hierarchy. Then we have by month. So this is what we are having. Then I will come back to line. We can just smooth down a bit and let's go to shade area and let's on. You can see on in the shade area we have this, and which is more better than just having it as a line chart. So the shade area, and we don't need anything about the mark area, so we can just leave. If I want to mark probably September, let's just leave everything without mark. I show odd category. Let me see. So we can decide to also, I'll probably let's use the mark area. I will close this. Then what next? Nothing. Let's just leave it that way. And let's see how we applied. Add a visual border, everything. No. So we go back. We go back and we are going to, let's go to our size and style background. We don't want the background. We want the visual border. And we are going to make it 20% darker. And we'll go to our shadow. And we are going to make it custom. We actually have everything perfectly. The next few things that we have to do now is we have to add our background. So I've already uploaded the background, and I'm going to, you go to Canva, which is Canvas background. From the Canvas background, if you decide to use another color, you can just pick any color you want to use from here. But already I have a background, so that's why I uploaded a background here. This is the image. Then I'm going to make it probably a fit, and let me just draw it back a bit, and let me reduce the transparency, and let's see. So this is our background. Let me use fill. So both fill and the fit, they are the same thing. Do you know what next I'm going to do is I'm going to change everything to white. That is just the only thing left for me to do. I'm going to change them to white. Then we are done with this visualization. And another thing is I have to remove the grid from here. So let me remove back, and let me go to this, and let me format this. Let me go to grid. I actually don't want the grid. We don't need the grid. Let me on, and let's off the grid. So we've already switched it off. Then from there I can just start to just change everything to white. Let me go back to the title. Already I've not centered the title. Total application by month. Let me go to the title first, and from there I can just center it, centered, and I'm going to make it white, and I'm going to y-axis. Let me go to the y-axis. This is the y-axis here, and I don't need something about the y-axis. What do we don't need about the y-axis? We don't need both the value and the title. So I will only go to the x. Oh, I think I switched something off. Let me go back to the title. No, we don't need this. I'm going back to the title. Okay, already I've switched it. I've turned it to white. So we go to the x-axis. Let's move to the x-axis and change the value. And we're making it white. So I'm already done with that. Then one thing I'm going to do about this is I'm just going to click on them, and I'm going to hold my Control Shift on my keyboard, going to click with control key hold, click. Then I will just go to, let me just move down to the title and let me make it white. And let me move down to the value, the colored value, and let me make them white as well. So we are done with that. Then I come back to this and I make the value white. Then let me go to the colored value, good line, no, bar, no, we don't have anything here except let me say the value, and let me make the value white as well. Then let me go to the title. From the title, we just have to change our title to, so we have our title value. Where is the title? Where is the title? Where is the title? Where is the title? We have, this is our title. Then we make the title white. Then we come back to this. Let's have the title white. And let's have the value. Detail label. And let's go to the value and make it white. Then let me come back to this and let me make this value white. Let me just pause. Then the last thing is we go to the loan application by home ownership. Then we go to make the title alone. Then we make it white. Then what do? We collapse this. Then we come to our format, which is our background. And then last thing is I've not, let me see if I've included data label here. Then we go to, let me click on this. Then we go to our canvas background. Then we reduce it. Exactly, we have the same thing. Perfectly done. Then the next thing is I'm going to this and I'm going to add a data label. I'll just switch on the data label. The data label, then what am I going to do about the data label? One is actually moving out. And let me say the position, not automatic. Let me say above. Perfectly done. You have done this. You can just clap for yourself. Please, if you find this video interesting, if you find this video useful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share and please comment as well. So the next thing we are going to do for the last one is we are going to inside our title. You can just come out here and we move it like this and we bring it. Let's just move this up. Oh, remove this back and let's just, for the last time, we just draw this down here. Then we have our financial loan. Financial loan analysis. Then we centered it. Let's go to background. Let's go to format. We don't need a background, but we need a shadow. Let's go to style and titled, no background, but visual border. And we're going to make it 20% darker as usual. Then we're going to apply our shadow and we'll make it a custom shadow. And we'll come back here and we'll make it white. Oh, let me just highlight it and make it white. And let me increase the font. And let me click out of it, or probably let me reduce the font to like 16. And let me make it bold. That is all we have to do. Finally, we are done. And here we are. Thank you for taking this wonderful ride with me. Financial loan analysis. Once again, please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a video. And when you want to learn anything about Power BI, dashboard, Power BI DAS, Microsoft Excel function, dashboard, Python machine learning, SQL, Google Analytics, we are coming to that, and any other thing that are related to analytics. That is why the channel name is Peter Analytics. Anything about analytics, you will find it in this channel. Once again, and lastly, thank you for taking this wonderful ride with me. Please subscribe. See you again. Bye.